Hi, this is Seth MacFarlane. I am here with executive producer David Goodman.
Hey there.
And our wonderful editor, Mr. Mike Elias.
Hi.
And Mr. Zach Moncrief, the director of the episode.
Hello, everyone.
And joining us shortly will be John Viner, the writer of the episode.
John Viner, the writer of the episode, will be joining us shortly. Speaking of shortly, the tall man
There
is.
John, yeah. It's amazing
John,
when you're
say
late.
something
You're the
good.
only person late for a commentary.
Just valued as a member of the team.
Yeah.
So,
This is,
9 o'clock yet?
this
John, do you
is-
remember this episode?
We weren't on a
Both
strict
John and
schedule, John. We were not on a strict schedule.
both John and Zach knocked this out of the park. They just did phenomenal work.
Thank you.
So this is, you're saying it's going to be the Emmy choice, the one we send in?
No, actually. Because you were late. Because you were late to the commentary.
Zach Moncrief is worth noting. He was one of the first people that I met out in L.A. I worked with him in Hanna-Barbera.
Back in the
Known him for a
Short
good 10 or 11 years.
Yes, we have. And
Peter
we'll be
plays
working
cricket,
together
by the
again.
way.
That's when you did Larry and Steve, right?
Yes.
Which is kind of a predecessor to the Family Guy.
It is, absolutely.
Peter, what is that? Well, I get the idea to build a panic room after I...
This is John Viner's first episode as a writer, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
you are. It's the second.
Perfect castaway.
It's Zach's first
Have we
as
met?
director.
Oh,
solely as director?
sole director. Yes,
Sole
you know what?
director?
I kind of didn't even have an AD on this one. I had a lot of help from Steve Fonte in the beginning, but it was the AD list, assistant director list for this episode as
This
well.
is your first.
You can't just take a compliment, you have to turn it into something else.
I gotta make this fucking great. That's why.
This is your first show as the sole pilot at the helm.
Yeah.
So you had to know him for
It's
10
a
years
beauty.
before you got your break?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can believe that. I can believe that. I'm insufferable.
Well, even when I bumped into Seth here my first day or first week, I'm like, hey, Seth. He's like, Zach, what the fuck you doing here? So I'm glad to know he knew I was on board and right there with him.
I say that every time I see Zach.
Are we allowed to swear on the commentary?
Yes.
Yeah.
This God line, by the way, it's coming up where he says, "You smell that?"
Yeah, that was your line.
You smell that? There you go. Right, that was not on air.
Are we watching the TV version or the DVD version?
This is the DVD version.
Oh, so we're going to get...
So we'll have
voice of
5
God.
hours of John voiceover.
The voice of God's roommate was Chris Sheridan, I believe.
Of course, I'm obligated by the state of Kansas to present the church's alternative to the theory of evolution.
This was a,
A fuck you to the creationists.
it's also interesting.
Guess what, folks? Evolution.
Interestingly,
Get used to evolution. It's here to stay. Yeah, thank you very much. You're evolving whether you like it or not. Exactly.
List of all those early creatures...
This was not on TV. This is a piece of new footage. If you want to think about what an editor does, I delayed her reaction. You can do that in animation. That's right. She answered too quickly, and
Yes.
I was able to.
That was Quagmire.
was her store cut for standards, or was this a time?
Well, this whole bit was cut for time. We just went straight to the cavemen.
Why, Peter looks sad. Brian.
This is an episode where Walter Murphy, our composer, just did his Henry Mancini-esque brilliance of being able to work in a billion different styles all within 22 minutes is evident here. Both he and Ron Jones are I wonder somehow with the time we give them, how are they going to fit a cue in there? And they do. And they went, they do 3 notes and it's like wonderful.
Don't know it. Hi, meet Peter.
It's a very atypical episode because we're not really doing...
It's a sketch show.
It
It's
is.
sketch comedy.
Thank you.
It's an entire episode.
I could have
of
finished my
Hellboy.
own sentence.
Sorry, David.
It's funny that the cavemen...
No, I love it when you do that.
The cavemen all have hairs on their arms on the sides, and I have hairs on the
So I styled them after.
I actually appreciate that I'm a caveman.
You know what I loved about this episode was from table read all the way through to the end final color, this script got laughed all the way across the board. Every time we did a screening of it, everyone enjoyed it, and it's one of the few that I've seen come through here that had that all the way across the board. It was
So you're
really
basically criticizing the rest of our work for the year?
No, just look, if I'm not attached to it, just bring me on the news that I'm attached to. And it'll all
It is though rare to have something that just never needs any work at any stage.
It is.
And
It came out great. I give Zach a lot of shit all the time. I just want
I love
to
it.
And he can take it. That's
You
why
haven't
I
given me shit on the blogs in a while. I'm missing that.
And our color department deserves a lot of credit for this episode as well. It's just some very rich, much richer than we usually go stylistically.
I ate 20 minutes ago. You know what they flush in Cairo ends up right here. All right, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, some geeky director stuff here. I tried to actually
I
work
wait,
with the
I'm
color
just going
department.
to
Oh, you're lying.
I'm the Jew who can't get water in his ears. Anyway, go ahead, Zach.
No, I was just going to say, I tried to work with the color department a lot on this episode too, Seth, to try and pull things a little differently, keep a lot of the stuff that was going on in the house very cold, allowing the color to pop a lot more throughout these flashback sequences.
I have
So,
no idea what any of this means.
Hey, leave him alone, John.
I'm just saying, I'm a neophyte. I'm learning.
John, just write the jokes. We'll make them work, okay?
yeah. John, you write the funny.
But it's interesting because that's something that, for this episode, and certainly with Peter Geist, color-wise, it's a very simple, flat show, but sometimes you need to, for a specific episode, expand that, but at the same time, still keep it looking like Family Guy, and that was something that was a balance that was walked very nicely in this episode.
I think it was Alex Sulkin doing the Jew reading the billboards. Just to go back for a second.
I like Alec, he's a nice guy.
Alec and John Viner and Wellesley Wild, I think, all went to school together. It was a very exclusive prep school. That cost a lot of money, I think. Right?
It's a lot of money. I would never be able to go there.
They're very cliquish.
All majored in fucking up.
Am I allowed to ask what happened to that Michael Jackson?
Little Rodney
Jackson
Dangerfield
gag
joke.
from that Act 1 move to a different show? What's that? Is the Michael Jackson gag from that Act 1 move to a different episode?
Yes, actually.
Then I won't say a word.
Oh.
Sorry, thanks.
Motioning to
for
talk on
talking
the
to the
mic.
microphone. Sorry, I'm
yeah.
new at this.
Yeah, there's a Michael Jackson gag that was cut for time from this episode that is going to be in a subsequent show. We won't give away what it is, but it's funny. The only reason we cut it was for time.
And if you can't make fun of Michael Jackson, then you're doing something really wrong. That's
I think they're making a sign to tell us something.
Better not be using my crayons. Mixing them up.
That crayons mixing up line, I believe, was in John's first draft. Very funny joke.
I also like that they have 3-hole punch paper like the rest of the world uses that. It's a good point. We use a lot of 3-hole punch paper around the office.
Maybe they're doing some storyboards. Maybe.
Of course, Nate Griffin was his slave name. His real name was Richard Bachman, and this is the story of his roots. It all began in Africa.
Walter Murphy giving a nod to the Quincy Jones score from the first installment of Roots. Which Roots, if you watch, I've seen Roots a few times. I love it, but boy, it just makes you feel embarrassed to be a white man.
Seth was the.
You watch it and you think, boy, we're a bunch of dicks.
From Hartford teacher. I'll see you guys later.
Coming up in this half hour, flies on you.
The original Quagmire line there was, that chick from Hut 4, saucer lips my Johnson.
Yeah, I remember when you got that call and you called up Viner and said, find me another line, quick.
That's right, yeah, this is the day we were editing, and I called Viner up and said, hey, you got any thoughts for a new line? And it was the weekend, and my God, what a guy. Oh, she'd already left, so I figured.
Yeah, we were almost done with the show and we got that call or something. It was very bizarre.
Wow, you're a different...
Cleveland's white.
Cleveland's white.
There used to be more of that Brian line. White men have been spotted laying traps and forming slow-pitch softball leagues and talking about their favorite episodes of Just Shoot Me. What was it? Discussing automobile safety ratings. All white activities.
But first, let's go to Ollie Williams with the...
Some people bumped on the logic of this, that the black people are white and white people are black, except Ollie Williams is black. He's black in all versions of his career.
Poor guy.
He's empirically black.
Hey, guys, one of my cuffs is loose. If we can break out of here...
Upcoming a reference to Meatballs, I believe.
Yeah.
Classic Bill Murray movie.
And this guy is based on Ed Asner, who was the captain of the
slave
ship
ship in Roots.
in Roots.
I haven't seen him all morning.
That's the song for Meatballs.
It's like they got all those kids into the recording booth and didn't even rehearse them. Of course, on the DVD, you might be hearing another song that we didn't have to pay for.
But Nate soon found himself put to work on a southern plantation. It was way down there, where you stop seeing Howard Johnson.
Upcoming is the performance artist, who turns out is a slave.
This is this always drives me nuts because I always, every time I see this, I think, shouldn't he be saying Kunta Kinte?
Yeah, well.
Not instead of Toby?
Well, you were in the writer's room.
I know, I missed it. I dropped the ball.
I think that Toby with an eye is funnier
This-
than Toby.
It is.
Whatever you want it to be.
This coming up is the Family Guy theme arranged.
like a
like a
banjo.
yeah.
Even science and hated others just for being different.
And you found the banjo player.
Yeah, we take a lot of shots. And actually, that guy, if you watch Roots, was it Vic
Morrow.
Vic Morrow was the
The late-
overseer,
the late Vic
and
Morrow.
that's who he's designed after there.
Died during the shooting of Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah.
You kids, look that up. It's a great actor from Combat, 60s war show. Sergeant Saunders.
That's the wives.
Thanks, I was trying to think of that.
She was something different. As a poet might say, she was the kind of woman you just want to have sex with over and over. With the kind of breasts you just want to push together. So she...
Walter he just writes great themes.
Have you had him in for any of these commentaries?
He's been in for a couple of
Yeah,
them.
okay.
He's been in for the new ones. We gotta get him in here because it's
Yeah, we should. You're right.
Great piece.
we gotta get Ron.
This
This is great.
Steve Fonte storyboarded this section with his horse coming in here, and he did a
That
wonderful
is
job.
just a piece of brilliance. That horse. It's like when we talked about this,
Pretty much take one.
we figured. This has got to be the absolute most realistic reaction that a horse would have if you threw it through a window. It would be panicked and disoriented. It wouldn't know where it was, and it would just be tearing the place to pieces, looking for the nearest exit in panic. And boy, that is well done. Well done. That's what we got. In memory of Barbara. Yeah.
Secrecy.
Stewie coming in here makes me laugh every time.
Thanks, Stewie.
But every time.
Just as I thought. Lois, how in God's name could you embarrass the family like this?
I know in the first color we lost a joke about the rape here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which I thought was funny.
Was that a standard thing as well? Or?
But no, it's because we cut it from the.
We did get a laugh, as I remember, when we screwed it.
Yeah.
On their escape to the north. Luckily, they were helped by Nate's good friend, Al Cowlings, who showed...
They were too long a way to do an O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
The White Bronco, if everybody remembers.
Joke will last forever.
Getting a good view of the chase from up here, Tom.
That's right, Diane. We're looking at Nate Griffin and Al Cowlings, the man we believe to be Al Cowlings. We'll stay.
That's a great touch. I mean, it's a great set touch of, like, that newscaster correcting himself, in dialogue. Al Cowlings, man, we believe to be Al Cowlings.
Everything's a legend. That was. I just remember when that was on the air. My parents were so amused by that. By the guy, they kept saying all the next day, Al Cowlings, the man we believe to be Al Cowlings.
1190. You're gonna have to go stand in the blue line.
Is this Chris Sheridan here? Who's
Yeah,
doing
this is for Sheridan doing
I was often having arguments with characters played by Seth. Interesting.
You guys do this all at once?
Yeah.
work off each other. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, this we did together.
Think that's somewhere is hard. You know what? I'm on break.
With the storytelling, we gotta get out of here. They're gonna kill Meg.
Oh, yeah? Over Meg's dead body.
There's a scene coming up here where Judith Light, who was Angela on Who's the Boss, came in and did her own voice. And let me tell you, she's probably not listening to this. She just looks fabulous. She has not aged a day. She just looks fabulous, and it's always nice when actors have a sense of humor about themselves. They can come in and do
A few lines. It's great.
these little bits. They left the door open. What's the matter?
Viner, are you doing any voices in this episode?
I do something coming up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Hitler.
Oh, Hitler.
John Viner.
I also
doing
did
the voice
the
of Hitler coming up.
guys with the slave slapping him. What's your name?
That's a great.
She's just a little upset.
Grandfather, who was the greatest silent movie.
Oh, this is.
His name was Willie Black-Eyed Griffin, and his ocular misadventures.
Which,
I wonder about our demographic. The kids.
oh,
watch
come on. The
this
kids
movie.
love the silent movies. It's always a favorite. It's always a
Sales
favorite.
for Charlie Chaplin are soaring right now.
Yeah. Are they?
Oh, this is before that.
This is before Charlie Chaplin.
This is Mike, you laid this.
Lay the overlay of scratchy film and film grain on it to make
it
it,
looks
give it
great.
make it look like you're looking at something that's been in the vault for 100 years. You know,
Also, that music on the
more
iris out, the way it layers over it,
Yeah.
the way they.
It was deliberately a hard, messy cut
Yeah.
because
yes, I can do hard, messy cuts with the best movements.
it's again Walter Murphy.
Yeah.
We can nod to the old silent movie scores.
It was
Now
a treat.
This take to the pie. is really just-
But you watch those old,
It's so specific.
those silent movies. It's a
That's
lot of blinking back and forth. Like, oh, look at that! Look at the camera! Look at that! Look at the camera! Look at that! Everybody getting the joke! Everybody getting the joke!
Of course, the piano falls in his eye.
And that's pie.
But everything's okay at the end.
I don't know if anybody knows that on all of them I always irised into his eye. I thought that's what they all Nobody
I did not know that. I just noticed that this
Yeah.
time.
I noticed it.
Which at that time was
David, you're great.
I watch these shows.
It's a very clever joke pitched by Mark Hanterman, International Civil War II.
Pardon me, madam. I'm the truant officer.
Pete Ehrlich did those cards, didn't he?
Yeah, our great color department. It's amazing the amount of talent we have on the show. Really, that they just continually amaze us.
And good sound work.
Good sound work. Our associate producer Kim Frittman, who does the mixes, and Kimmer.
kind of fine.
This is not there. That was cut. That was cut.
Yeah,
That's
that was cut from TV just for time. That's how everyone died back then. They're all stabbing card games. People get very upset about card games.
Part where you guys have your way with me?
What?
You know, where I'm like helpless and you guys take turns.
When Meg flirts, she looks a lot like one of us.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's Danny Smith doing the voice of that card there.
You might know Danny Smith from PM Magazine.
If you're from Rhode
Rhode
Island.
In 1986.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was so scared. Well, it sure would suck if you guys died without hearing the story of my great-uncle, Peter Hitler, who was Adolf's favorite brother.
So you're doing Hitler here. You know, interesting, Seth often does Hitler, so it's a little bit of a change of pace for Johnny. Did you pitch this game? Was that something?
We did have a Hitler gag in the first draft.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that didn't go over as strong as we wanted to, but we really enjoyed putting Peter in Lederhosen for this whole thing. We thought it was going to get a bigger laugh than it did.
Actually, I enjoyed this more than anybody else did.
Hey, Eddie, look. Eddie, I'm Tojo. Eddie, look. I'm Tojo.
This ended up getting cut down, I guess, for time, right?
Yeah,
Final
there's
thing?
a second half of this Hitler thing.
Is it in here?
It is. It's in the DVD. Yes.
This was your Seth's idea of what a gun sounds like.
Can I borrow 50 marks? What happened to the 50
I think everybody that had a pain in the ass brother
Like,
related to
this
this.
is just your regular guy, Hitler.
He's just Hitler's a regular guy.
In this episode, Hitler is just a guy trying to get his job done.
Eddie.
And I gave you 50 marks last week.
Sweet.
This was an actual speech of Hitler's, wasn't it?
Was this a translated?
Was it really?
I don't know. I think I remember. So it sounds.
You remember this from the war?
Yeah. I am that old. Yes.
Yeah.
The time for victory is upon us. Victory up the ass, baby. Yeah. A new world, a better world, a German world.
That's the part I think that I always seem to remember from all the.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will emerge as the dominant people. And it's all because of you guys.
Boy, somebody should have just shut Hitler up. You know, really like.
You left your phone on.
Yeah, sorry.
Booty call.
Not even like
vibrate.
really like by like the mid 30s they
We're
should
still
have shut
netting
him
Billy
up.
Johnson.
Yeah.
I came into the
You
credits.
know, peace is at hand. You know.
That's what Germans look like.
And that's where we got. This is all.
Oh, this stuff is
This is all
cut.
cut.
Yeah.
Again, was that for time?
You think this is my sitcom tape? My sitcom Hitler retard. Can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore.
There was a sitcom in England for a while where they thought Heil Honey I'm Home.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was either just a pilot or they done a few episodes, and it was
About the Hitlers?
Hitlers moved in next door. To
Oh my
somebody.
god,
I gotta
that's
find out more
hilarious.
about
Is
that.
that really?
I think it's true. Yeah,
When was that?
probably about 20 years ago.
Oh my
Not when you
god.
did
That sounds as funny as Happy Hour.
Only the British have the balls to do that. It sounds like happy hour. Yeah.
That's Alex Borstein playing again, reprising her role as Amy Brown.
I think the New Adventures of Old Christine is about to hit.
I hope people get that joke. The show's
Yeah.
still gonna be on. No, it's gonna have a nice long run. Now this,
Oh, here we go.
This run
This is great.
was ad-libbed in the booth. Seth? You and the other actors?
Yeah, it kind of. This is one that wasn't ad libbed. It was written out, but written out with a
Sketchy.
knowing that we would play around with it.
Did you even say that?
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's so good. It's like the perfect movie.
What people maybe don't know is that this is an argument that we've had in the writers' room. And,
Yeah, I do not think The Godfather is a great movie.
But what
I have tried to watch it on many occasions. I always get shot. And everyone in the writers' room goes, "Oh my God! Oh yeah, it's like the greatest movie. It's like the second coming of fucking Jesus."
Do you get bored when he goes back to Italy, or you don't like it?
but then Seth will sing the praises of the Money Pit. So it's a
Well,
Burbs.
yeah,
And the Burbs.
The
So it's
Burbs is a hilarious
It's
movie.
a hilarious movie.
You're not gonna get a stronger leading man than a Bruce Dern.
Oh yeah, no, Tom Hanks.
It's got the
is a hack.
Corys in it. It's got the Corys in it too.
Very
Well,
small.
what I appreciate
but
about
we're
it
not
is
comparing The Godfather to The Burbs.
No. But you don't like The Godfather. You like The
As a
Burbs.
drama, I just don't. I think.
But you like The Sopranos.
I love The Sopranos. I think The Sopranos.
It's awesome
I think the first.
filmmaking.
I think the
It is
first
great
incarnation
filmmaking, Sam.
of the first incarnation of something does not necessarily.
I don't think we're
mean that
necessarily.
it's the best.
I don't think we were necessarily saying that just because it was first we liked
That
it.
yes, it laid the groundwork for The
I
Sopranos.
don't think anybody ever said that in the room. You're putting those words in our mouth.
Okay, all right, then I'm right. Peggy Sue Got Married was a better Coppola
Well,
film.
you're right.
Yes, and
You're-
that I agree
Well,
with.
you're right because you can
I
fire
swear
me.
to God.
That's why you're right.
Absolutely. Peggy Sue Got Married was a better Coppola film.
What
Go
about
ahead,
Jack?
go ahead, laugh it
I
up.
see Jack.
Oh, old Seth, he's crazy.
What I appreciate about Seth is that he put those.
When they open the time capsules in 100 years, they'll say, oh, this one guy.
This one guy fought against.
This one guy fought against the tyranny of Godfather lovers.
My father was Filipino. Father-in-law is Filipino. I have to either like Elvis or Mafia, so I have to like Godfather because of that.
David, you were in that.
I was. What did I thought? Oh, I was a Jew. I was a Jew.
Coincidentally, you were a Jew.
I didn't realize Joey Slotnick was in this.
Hey, do you know Joey?
I can now say we've worked together.
Ah.
That's something I've been wanting to do for him.
I can say I've worked with John Viner. He was always late.
What? I don't understand. You guys started. You're 10 minutes early.
You saw we started early. Yeah, you saw.
Hey, will you fellas relax?
I'm at a bar.
I had so much to add to that.